ball, cause wealth whispers and money jingle jangles and screams. Stuff is for sale.
Don't kill me. I'm late. I apologize. I just threw on some lipstick, child. Hold on, let me get the comments up. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear Auntie? Ooh, I should have put some powder on, honey. Can you hear me? Somebody tell me you can hear me. Oh, there's Mad Hattie. She is our moderator. Appreciate you, girl. Yeah, I'm late. I'm never late. Here, let me put it happens. I know, don't kill me. I Saturday. Here is Linky. All right. Ooh, child, what is that? I tried to throw some powder on real quick. Auntie Ghetto today. What is that? David! Loud and clear. Thank you, because I'm loud. I done messed up. I threw some powder on real quick, and now it's a big old stain on my forehead. And we got to get rid of that. That ain't going to work, children. That's not going to work. This why Auntie don't go live on no damn YouTubes. That's why she don't go live. That still look bad, but we just going to go with it. Okay. All right. So, where's my damn phone? All right. So, y'all, I made a little comment. Just a little commenty. I did a little post where I was talking about this trending topic of would you date a bus driver? And I have dated essentially a bus driver before. I dated several men. You need translucent power, girl. When I come down, everyone go. I got stuff. I just ran fast because see, what is that, y'all? I think I have a sunburn that is annoying me right now on this damn camera. Okay. That'll help. Okay, a little bit. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. And it's hot. I'm having a hot flash, so I'm about to do it. All right, y'all. Okay, so I made a post in response to a trending topic of would you date a bus driver? And essentially, I have dated a bus driver. I mean, not necessarily a bus driver, but I dated a UPS driver. I dated a guy who was unemployed. I wrote about him in my book, Crawl Before You Ball. I gave him a job as a loan officer in my mortgage brokerage firm. He was older. I was very much in love. I gave him a car and did all kinds of stuff. And if he hadn't cheated on me, I likely would have married him. So when people say stop the cap, Buffy, it's not a cap. For me, and I'll get into that later, but for me, it's being in love with someone and having a relationship isn't just about finances. And I may have a luxury with that because I have my own money. And so I want to hear these different perspectives. So y'all come on in the chat and I will bring y'all in. So this question was posed to my social media friend, Ebony K. Williams. Beautiful, brilliant. I love her. I was not coming for Ebony. Let's get that straight. She is entitled to her opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. Ebony was asked this question by Yana Vincent, who I have my own issues with. But we're going to get in that today. And she asked her, well, would you date a bus driver? And Ebony replied, if he owned the company. I never said there was anything wrong with Ebony's response. Let's just be honest with that. My initial post, I said the following: to each her own. To each her own. Meaning, it's up to you what you want, women. But I'm going to respond to you like an auntie and give you some sound auntie advice. So the subsequent posts that have gotten some folks panties in a twist and coming for me were because of my response in saying that I have dated essentially bus drivers. Some people said, well, Buffy, you married a white doctor. And so, Auntie gets mad, and if you're new to my channel and you're new to me, I liken myself as an auntie. I'm an older woman to my followers, and I call my followers nieces and nephews. So that's where you're gonna hear auntie. And I dole out auntie advice. So auntie didn't like that comment. I don't like the whole white doctor, like I came up in life because I married a white doctor for many reasons. One, a big head. Oh, I was supposed to hold on. Expectations for this talk. Let me go through this. Be respectful. If you are not, I will not be when I start letting y'all in. My perspective is always from the I'm your auntie. So it is going to be a very matter of fact. It's going to be very brash, hardcore, because aunties don't sugarcoat stuff, right? It's going to be from my life experiences. And very much, I think I know every damn thing. And I do think I know everything. So I don't need you to come on here and say that to me. This is my platform. And so I'm going to talk about what I believe I know. I curse a lot. I've been working on that. My managers know them and they just want me to stop. But I curse. So if that's offensive, you probably want to go on and click off. I'm not really worried about the ad money and all that crap. She good. I'm about to be real and tell y'all the truth about this issue today. And I may start cussing. I may slip out and say a nigga or a bitch or whatever. And if that's difficult for you, go on and log off because I don't want to offend anybody. This is a call-in show. I'll answer your questions, but you may not like my answers. You may like them. You may not. That's cool. That's called discourse. Finally, I'm real. I'm vested in helping you find the happiness that you feel that you need to find. If you haven't found it, a lot of y'all have. And again, my comments may come off as brash or harsh, but that's just because I'm real. So back to the mess about what they were talking about. Why I married a white doctor. So I made a post about that also. Yeah, I married a white doctor. I also gave the white doctor a prenuptial agreement when he proposed to me. So put some respect on my name. Much like Ebony K. Williams, she has her own and I have my own. So we can be very picky in who the hell we want to be with, right? So for me, when I was dating, I dated men that were respectful to me, treated me well. I had similar interests, got along with my family, and I didn't really care that much about what they did for a living. When I met David, my white doctor, his ass was broke, making like, and don't come at me with this, but he was making like $30,000 a year, and I was making like $150,000 a month. I owned a chain of tax practices. I'm about to be real with y'all, real, okay? Because the other thing is, I want y'all to stop thinking that because a black woman married a white man, she came up. That motherfucker came up, okay? And my husband ain't gonna have no problem with me saying that because he will say that. He came up. I paid his student loans off. Let's get all that cleared up first, right? So to say that I can't say or state anything about finances and money and relationships, and to say that perhaps I am telling you to marry down. Well, I did marry down because David didn't have as much money as I had. That's why I gave him a prenuptial agreement. I was making millions of dollars a year. I had multiple rental properties, multiple businesses. And so I can talk about this because I'm talking it like I walked it. I married a man with less money than me. Yes, he had potential. And even at David's height, when he was running the damn VA, he still didn't make as much money as me. I didn't care. You know why? Because I'm in love. And I am about a partnership and building together, right? And what I don't want to happen for y'all is you get so locked into this stereotype that social media has put up that true happiness only happens when you are dating a damn billionaire and you always yachting in Capri. When we know that ain't true. Because Jay-Z cheated on damn Beyonce, always yachting in Capri. Okay? Because Diddy always cheat. Like these billionaires, there comes strings with a man with a whole bunch of money. And I know because I dated men who made millions of dollars. Okay? I didn't talk about them because that wasn't relevant and they weren't black. I was talking about a black man. But anyway, the two men I dated that made millions of dollars, worst relationships I ever had. Not to say that you can't find a man with good money, but it was expected that when they wanted to go somewhere, I was to drop everything for them. That was expected. My little career, my little businesses, my little life was nothing. Diminutive. It was nothing. It was cute, right? When they wanted to go to London, I needed to cancel all my plans and go. And you're saying, yeah, some of y'all are saying, which I would do that. No, that gets old. There are strings where they expect you to be all about them. And it's funny, I had dinner this week with a big this CFO of a company. I'm not gonna say the company. He makes millions of dollars a year. He's not black, but he's brown. And he was talking, we were at dinner talking about relationships, and he was saying he's 40 something years old, and he was saying he's ready to get married. He wants 3 kids, listing out all this stuff, real picky, right? Talking about, I want her to be athletic and this and that and da 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 da. And I want her to be like, have a CEO mindset and, be in a career. And I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want a CEO because, first of all, a woman that's a CEO ain't about to give you 3 kids. She's not. She's working just like you are. She's busy in her career. And they said, well, we could get a surrogate. Well, surrogates don't take care of the children. That's a man who works 18 hours a day. I said, no, what you want is, you want what society tells you at your level in life that you should have. You should have some CEO type, cultured, well-read woman who will give you 3 kids and drop everything and dedicate her life to you. That does not exist. It doesn't. What you really want is a bimbo who's read a few books, who will go and volunteer and maybe be on the board of a charity so you can have some social status with that. But when you get home, even if it's 2:00 in the morning, you want her to jump and do whatever she needs to devote her life to you. That's what you want. That's what they really want. But they don't want to say that because that's a faux pas. And so you're setting yourself up for failure, nieces and nephews, when you're going around thinking, I'm about to try to get this man or woman out here in this world who is making millions of dollars a year and gonna worship the ground I walk on. There was a comment today about Steve Harvey. Someone said, well, Steve Harvey said men shouldn't ask a woman to do anything. Somebody that can make another you, that's all she needs to do. That's fine and well. That's great. But my problem is, why y'all taking advice from Steve Harvey? I mean, this is 3rd or 4th marriage, and this one's gonna take no shade, but he ain't the relationship guru. And I like Steve Harvey. I do, as a game show host, as a comedian, but not as a tell a woman what she's supposed to do. And I bought Think Like a Man and read it, didn't care for it. Watch the movie too, because I'm a support black folk. But I think that you should listen to your women and not your girlfriends who's sitting at home alone and hating on you because you got a man. The ones that's married who, when she and her husband are fighting, ain't always telling you their business. Them the friends you need to listen to. Okay. All right. Them the friends you need to listen to. The ones who are building with their husbands or wives and ain't every 5 minutes telling you their problems in their marriage. Them the ones. Them the ones. All right. All right. So let's see. I would like a man with a blue collar. So the thing, listen, y'all. I was a tax accountant for 20 years. And so I saw what bus drivers make. In Atlanta, they make $80,000 to $100,000 a year and have great benefits, amazing benefits, right? Almost like government benefits. And infrastructure careers like bus drivers, they're recession proof. We're always gonna need them. So quit shading blue collar work. Cause really, let me just tell y'all, with this influx of artificial intelligence and AI, all these men who have these highfalutin jobs where they've gotten all these high degrees and are making 6 figures, 60% of them gonna be unemployed in the next 5 years because artificial intelligence can do their job. Why you shading on the welder? Why you mad at the welder? Why you mad at the bus driver, the trash man? Honey, I'm just keeping it real with you. Hold on, let me look at these comments. Yes, wealthy men have expectations that usually revolve around them. Yes, because most of them are narcissists. Most of them want everything to be about them. Your life revolves around them, but they still want you to be able to hold a conversation, not embarrass them in social settings. Listen, it's a job to be with a man like that. It really is. And it's thankless. And for a lot of women, it's an unhappy existence. And they work a lot and often aren't home and cheat. Just gonna tell you. Not all of them, but most of them do. So I would date a bus driver. So would I date a bus driver? Probably not. I want someone in my economic playing field. Sonia, that's fine. I don't have anything problem with that. No, any problem with that. Like I said with Ebony K. Williams, when she said if he owned the company. And that's Ebony's got that rooted in. She's successful. She's probably tried dating people who are not at the same financial level as she, and it's not worked. But I'm saying that that ain't the case for everybody, and it shouldn't be. That's not the blueprint. And so, Sonia, if that's what you want, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you, as an auntie, I don't want you to end up alone later because you are swimming in a very small pool. If you are in a higher income level and you want to find a mate in that same, playing field, that's fine. Hear me clearly, y'all. That's fine. But the problem comes when you can't. Sonia, what happens when you can't? Are you willing to be alone because you can't and possibly give up love and happiness with somebody who maybe makes half of what you make? Why, Sonia? Why? Because society says you should have somebody in your same income level? F society. People are talking about divorce and these rates with divorce and that people get divorced about finances. And it's because too many of us aren't trying to build together. Too many of us are looking at you need to have XYZ, and if you don't match what I have, then we can't be together. It's a recipe to be alone. It just is. And before y'all come at me with Auntie Buffy, it's okay to be alone. No, the hell it ain't. It's not. Don't nobody want to be alone. They don't. It's a whole epidemic now of loneliness in America where people are saying that the damn Surgeon General is saying there's an epidemic of loneliness and that it's equivalent to smoking 5 packs of cigarettes a day, how bad it is for you not to have human touch and affection. It's just like y'all who think y'all can only want to date somebody that looks exactly like you do or is in the same level of looks. Child, you better stop that mess. I dated all them cute Rico Suave mugs and there was dogs. You better find somebody that has similar interest in you as you, gets along with your family, treats you like a princess and a queen, and has a damn job. Because yes, you need to have a job and work something, even if I gave you the job, because people are not happy when they're not leaving the house every day doing something, or if you work from home. But if you're good to me, and if you work from home, and as long as when I come home, you got some cold Kool-Aid ready for me and the dinner prepared, that's fine. That's the other thing. Some men offer bona fides other than money. See, these men, these wealthy men who marry the bimbo types, what they are getting is somebody that probably can't hold it down in the bedroom. Somebody that when they're in public, other men will look and lust after their wives. And they are willing to pay for that lifestyle for that. Flip it around, women. If you're a boss and you making money too, why should you not look for the same things? I'll date a nigga that make $40,000 a year if he laying it down in the bedroom. Period. That's how keep it real. That's equivalent to another $100,000 a year in income, as far as I'm concerned. If you're a sexual person, it is. Right? Y'all need to look at these other benefits. If he'll rub your feet and he laying it down in the bedroom, do you really care that he only make $40,000 a year? If you make 100, that ain't no struggle life. Even if you make 50, that ain't no struggle life. Betwixt the two of you, make $90,000, $100,000 a year. In Atlanta, Georgia, that's good damn money. Live in the suburbs. Don't live above your damn means, and you will have a happy life. And all these people always traveling and doing all this stuff and making y'all feel like that's the only way you can be happy. Honey, you could put on a movie with somebody in damn Capri the Bahamas somewhere while he breaking it down in the bedroom, and that's equivalent to a damn vacation. That's equivalent to a vacation. Shoot. Alone and lonely are very different. People who are alone can reap the benefits of life. I agree that alone and lonely are different. That's true. Um, but I just don't think that human beings are built to be alone. We agree to disagree on that. I think you can be alone for a period of time, but at a certain point in that existence, loneliness does rear its ugly head, and it's not a good thing. It's not. Now, that's not me saying go out here and just marry or date any Tom, Dick, or Harry that pays attention to you. No, I'm not saying lower your standards. What I'm saying is don't get caught up in this social media reality or dream of what life is supposed to be, that you lose out on the reality of a good life. That's what I'm saying. I hope that resonates. Don't be out here trying to get this fairy tale bullshit that people out here telling you exists, that you miss out on the reality of a good life, of a good man, of a good woman that maybe doesn't look like what you thought your life was going. David is not what I thought. I thought I was going to marry a brother. David is not what I thought I was going to marry, and I'm sublimely happy. He is not what I thought was going to be for my life, truly. I have a very black family, like bougie black, but very black. It was very difficult integrating David into my family. There was no way I thought that was going to happen. But when I fell in love with this man and I fell hard, it was a wrap. I didn't care what everybody thought. And so when I use my example, despite the fact that he's a doctor, I feel that it's equivalent in some ways. Because I have a very bougie, wealthy black family. My grandmother said when I brought David home when we were engaged, she said, and I quote, "You couldn't have found a black doctor to his face in front of him." She didn't care. Old people can say what they want to say. So my point is, y'all got to get to a point where you block out societal noise and you do what's in your heart, what's best for you, what makes you happy. Because money, and I can tell you, does not fix everything. Yes, money makes life easier. You ain't gonna catch Auntie saying that bullshit when people say that. But it does not fix everything. Trust me, it does not. You got some millionaire husband who gone all the time, you will be lonely in that marriage. You got some multimillionaire husband, you can shop all you want, but that Chanel bag and those Louboutins and all that are not gonna keep you warm at night. They're not. You think that they will because you bought into this bullshit stereotype that society has made you believe in. And really it's a setup for you to be alone. It's a setup for you to be alone. Okay, wait, I got somebody. I'm single and I'm not married. I'm single and I'm not married, not completely interested in marriage, but sometimes I would like companionship. Of course, Casey. And that's okay. Like it's okay to like be spoiled and date and not limit yourself to experiences. Some of these guys that don't make a lot of money could give you a great time. It ain't, it's no shame in not going to the hottest, most expensive restaurants in Atlanta. Low key, most of that food ain't even all that anyway. Usually the hood spots with a low food rating is where the food at. And we had the best times. Stop buying into this stuff to keep you financially broken. Right? All right, somebody's here. All right, come on through. Hold on, let me figure out how to. Hey, DLB, how are you?
Hello.
You have a nice voice. What you think? You about to let Auntie have it? Gonna let me
Mm.
have it.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. Um, uh, Let me take you back. A while back, I was dating someone. I have been divorced for maybe 22 years now. I am now about to be 55. I dated a guy for a while. He was a good guy and bought me a lot of things, wanted to marry me until I became sick.
Mm.
I have lupus also.
Oh.
I went into a very bad flare and he changed. So, that's why that's why I agree with you. That's why I agree with Ayana, because sometimes you can't just marry somebody because of their economic status. You got to make sure they love you
Right.
unconditionally
Right.
because you're going to have flaws, they're going to have flaws, and all that matters. And money isn't going to just clean everything away.
Right. It ain't.
It's
Yeah, I can
not.
say that. Mm-mm.
It's not going to do that. So, and I think a lot of people misunderstood what Ayana was trying to say because they were calling her a pygmisha, and I don't think that's what she was saying.
Explain to me that somebody said that about that on one of my posts this morning because I said that if David would continue to have me, I don't see that I'm going to be divorced or be set. I'm going to be with him forever and not get married again. And someone said you sound like a pygmisha, and I didn't know what that meant. And so I guess that means
I guess I guess they're trying
just
to I guess they're trying to say that a pygmisha is somebody who accepts anything. But I think some it's misused or overused.
Mhm.
I don't think everybody know what a pygmisha is.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, and then um, I think there are too many women with just too many expectations that they know can't be achieved in a marriage. They don't realize that marriage is you two working together. Both of you have to put in the same energy to make it work. It's not about both of you having the same amount of money.
Right.
um, you can build. And I don't understand how when you're dating, how you get into that conversation of who has the most money on the first or the second date.
Well, me or you?
Uh, oh, I think it's my thing. I'm sorry. But I don't understand how they get in the conversation of who has the most money on the first or second date. You might get in there that conversation like what after you've known each other for what 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
and you might already have feelings for him. So what, you just gonna drop him and he probably be the nicest person you've met?
Some people are saying in the comments that men who are not as financially well off as wealthy men can be abusive as well. Yeah, that's true. No one's
That's
disputing
true.
that. No one's disputing that. That's why we say you need to look for their character, not what's in
Mm,
their bank account.
yeah,
That's,
and
that's
that's
the point. That's the
yeah.
whole point. That's the
And
whole.
I didn't say that though, what the man could be abusive. I did not say that at all.
No,
I
no, no, no,
just
no.
said,
Somebody in the
oh,
comments said it. I'm just bringing.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just saying that either way, whether they're rich or poor or middle class, you just have to look at the character. You
Agreed.
know, that's the main thing.
Agreed.
You
Agreed.
know, and I'm tired of them using a bus driver because it could be a police officer, and
Correct.
and sometimes a bus driver can make more money than the police
They
officer.
do. I used to do taxes, and bus drivers in Atlanta make $80,000 to $100,000 a
Yeah,
year. I don't know where they got that. It's silly.
and I know lawyers who've married
Make
police
less,
officers.
right? Or lawyers who make less than the bus driver because they got student loans
Hmm.
to pay, or
Yeah,
doctors who make less than because they got student loans to pay. But thank
yeah.
you, Gail. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you coming on.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So y'all come on in the chat. Come on. Oh, Serena, you in I'm trying to catch up with the heat in here, so I'm gonna let you come on through, boo boo. Come on through, Serena. Come on through,
Hey,
pretty girl. Come on through. That good skin. Now let's be
thank
respectful because I
you.
feel like you've been in the chat doing your thing.
Yes. So I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I'm like you, where I'm a straight shooter.
I
For me, I completely agree with you, and I'm grateful that you're speaking on this because a lot of our aunties are not really honest about what's really going on. So I'm grateful that you're having this conversation. For me, I personally feel like a lot of women are operating from a space of fear because our mamas, grandmamas, great grandmamas were dependent on men. They had no choice. They couldn't work. They had to depend on a man. So now we're trying to completely flip the script where we're like, I'm going to go get my money and I'm going to, get all these degrees and all this stuff so that I don't feel like I'm in a space of depending on a man, and that makes them feel empowered. But does it really? Like, are you really happy with that at the end of the day? Like, are you being honest with yourself and that you really are okay with it? Where a lot of times they're not. They're
no,
just not honest about it.
no, they're not. And you make a good point, and I didn't think about it. Our mothers and grandmothers, they married for stability. They married because grandpa, made the money. They were homemakers, and that was their job, and that was fine, and that's what society expected of them. Nowadays, Black women, we got to do everything. We got to have a PhD. We have to own a house and a summer home, rental properties, be a boss, have kids, and take care of a man. And that's a lot. It is. But for me, I just don't want us to, and I think you and I are agreeing on this, to achieve all of this and then get set up to be alone and miserable because the pool of men that have the same bona fides that we have that actually want us is very small.
Exactly.
Very small.
That's the point that I'm making. You limit yourself because
Yep.
and then not only that, but how do you know that the men that are in that pool even want you? 9 times out of 10, they're okay with being alone too. So
or
they're not even,
or having a bimbo.
Yes, exactly.
Who ain't gonna talk back and whose life is gonna be about them as long as she has a Black American Express and can shop. And listen, I ain't hating on the bimbos out there. If that's your calling, if that's what you want to do, girl, do you. I'm happy for you. I'm just telling you that life is short-lived.
Yes.
It gets boring.
Exactly.
Exactly. And those men expectation is that you don't have your life is him. When he home, when he calls, you gotta drop everything. And my mama used to always say this, and people gonna get on me, but she was like, "You need to marry somebody that love you more than you love him."
I've heard that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if your bona fide is that you make a lot of money, and his is that he treats you kindly and has similar interests and rubs your feet at night and helps with the stuff in the house and throws it down in the bedroom, then baby, you winning. You're not one. Right.
Absolutely.
You won.
Absolutely. That's what's important. That's what's important. And 9 times out of 10,
all our friends out there, sorry, niece. All your friends out there running their mouth who at home by themselves or in relationships that are horrific and they lying to you.
Yep.
Right? The girl who got hope. Listen, I have a cousin who's a doctor, and her husband make a fraction of what she make. They happy because when she get home, that Kool-Aid made.
Okay. Yes.
And rub her feet and hear about her day and be for her. Right.
Yep.
It's about us really being honest, like you said earlier, about our expectations of what we really want, not what society tells us we're supposed to want. That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. We here, girl. I'm with you. And I got me one, child. Get my feet rubbed.
Yes.
And cooking and all the things. Yes.
Yes. Yes. And we don't care what he do for a living because he good to you. And your skin clear, so I know he throwing it down in the bedroom. Thank you. Bye, sweetie. Hey, Mingo.
Hey, how you doing? You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And I love you got your picture with your lady. I love it.
Me and my wife out there. Also, I'm the fella that commented after that woman commented calling you a pick-me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you broke that down.
I just wanted to jump on real quick because one thing that gets me so sick is that we all talk about this unity. And I feel like between men and women, we are just so divided, even in our own, individual selves. So if another woman could call another woman a pick me because she wants to make sure that she can maintain her marriage, what are you trying to maintain then? And then that's where I came into the problem as a man. I want to pick my wife every day. And I also want to make sure she picks me every day as well, you know, because just as in reverse, you know, I know what it takes. You know, I didn't come from marriage. Unfortunately, I was one of those that came from like a single mother household. Um, but just being around men that taught me how to be a man, not what to necessarily look for in a woman, but how to basically maneuver this world as a man, and then knowing what to look for when I do see a woman. I found it in my wife, and she was 25, and you know, when I married her, we've been married going on 7 years now.
Yay.
You know, so I honestly wanted to give you your flowers because you know, I honestly I watched you on Housewives of Atlanta. My wife was so into like watching you. She was like, "Yo, she's the best one," and she was upset when you got off. But you know, I just wanted to give you your flowers and just tell you thank you for doing what you do, because there's not a lot of women out there, I believe, that's trying to encourage women to be married.
Right.
Right. And I believe in marriage. I believe in the union. So, you know, I just wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you. And thank you for having my back on the comments, because, you know, they come for Auntie.
For no reason. For no reason.
Thank you. Tell your wife I said hello, and she a lucky woman.
Thank you. Thank you. You be blessed.
Bye-bye. You too. Yeah, his comment was fantastic. And I want to talk about that too. So the whole pick me thing, where the person was like, what I said was, I said, if David will continue to have me, what's wrong with me? Like, one of my man to still want me and keep it, like, doing what I need to do to keep my man. Like, I don't, like, this whole notion of I'm supposed to be married to somebody for 18 years, together 23, and not like every day cater to him. Like, that's a recipe for divorce. Of course I want him to continue picking me. Of course I don't care what she thinks, the person who said that thinks about me saying if David will continue to have me. Because, you know, I ain't perfect either. Y'all have seen the videos where I be yelling and cussing, and David, he put up with a lot. Okay. All right. Let me look at some of these comments. Yeah, he was great. He was great. My late husband was a computer operator for the state of South Carolina, making less than our neighbor who worked in waste management. Period. These people don't get it. There's a reason that Tony Soprano said he worked in waste management, because there's tons of money in waste management, people. Wake up. All right, so let's see what else y'all got. But seriously, Serena dropped the skincare routine. Yeah, please do, Serena, because that skin was fabulous, honey. He's the exception, Buffy, not the rule. Okay, that's fine. What is this? Then why aren't we as a culture pushing our Black men to desire and pursue more in life, like it does with Black women, so we're more equally yoked? So let's talk about equally yoked, Stephanie. I think this is great, a pretty picture. I think equally yoked is not just financial. I think equally yoked is mindset. So David and I were not equally yoked financially, but we were equally yoked mindset wise. So like, I felt like you can't keep working at the VA. I come from a business background and the economic freedom that owning a business provides. And so I encourage him to leave his good government job and start his own practice. And there were 4 or 5 lean years where he was not making a lot of money building his practice. And as a man, that's difficult, right? But we built together. And so I feel like equally yoked means we both have the same mindset. We both have the same kind of goals, and we work toward that. It was kind of like there was a Married at First Sight or whatever that show is that I posted a couple of weeks back, where the young lady said, you can buy my house for me so I can tell my girlfriends that my husband bought my house for me. And she was like, I just want to be on title. And I took issue with that, because that man was like, you don't want to help me at all? And she was like, no. And so for me, the issue was, and hear me clearly before y'all go crazy, she was with the wrong man. If she wants to be taken care of, that's not the journey for that man. That man wanted a partner. And so they were not equally yoked. Didn't matter if she had money or what, but they're not equally yoked in mindset. He wanted a partner, somebody that was going to build with him. She wants somebody that's going to take care of her. And listen, I have girlfriends who who wanted that and who have that, married ball players, and they deal with all the drama that comes from that because that's what they wanted, right? And so that's fine. I remember my initial post was to each her own. You can have whatever you want, but be prepared for the consequences that come with that. So, the thing, Stephanie, about desire and pursue more in life. What do you mean by that? The stuff you see on social media, like traveling and more in life means what? Because a good old country boy ain't nothing like them. I mean, you can open up the world to them also, but what do you mean more in life? I want to know what more in life means, and I hope it doesn't mean money. Here we go. Saying women need to know to build when Black women are known to build is disingenuous. Black women are the only women who do not do assortive dating someone at their level of or above. Saying women need to know how to build when Black women are known to build. No, I know that Black women build. I said build together. I didn't say just build for one person. I said build together. And so building together doesn't mean you got to do the lion's share of the building. I think people think building also is all monetary. It's not. Building is peace of mind, happiness, quality of life, growing a family, adopting children, whatever it is that y'all want to do together, equally yoked in mindset to build to achieve the goals that y'all want in life. And I think all too often we associate everything with money. Money ain't, it seems like it's everything. It's not. It is definitely not everything. We need it to survive. But there are other things in this world that you can get that money can't get you, like an orgasm, unless you pay for it. Just saying. Assortative. I can't read today. Dating someone at their level or above. One thing I will say is I think that Black women need to do a lot more dating just for fun. I think a lot of Black women need to do dating for fun, just to meet and see what's out there and not care about the finances associated with it. Just have a damn good time. I can say that. When you get married, maybe then be more picky. That's it. Because one of these men that ain't at your level may surprise you. Oh, Princess, I'm about to get you. Blue collar work does not give diamonds and Rolls Royce type of cars. That's the issue. Well, let me just tell you this too. Those multimillionaire men, they may not give you a Rolls Royce or diamonds either, honey. If you ain't giving what they deem pays for that, right? If you ain't giving what they mean, what they want pays for that. Yeah, exactly. Be honest. Oh. Yeah, country boys versus city boys. A good topic for another day, right, Sonia? Right, girl. All right, here we go. Princess, girl,
Hey,
give me a
Mr. Buck. Call you Auntie Buck because you like 2 years older than me.
whatever. You look much younger than me, so you was a niece. Go ahead. What you got to say? I can't wait to hear this.
You looking gorgeous as ever. Look, I'm gonna make this quick because y'all caught me in the middle of a mission. The first thing I wanted to respond because text gets a little messed up. Come on. This is Lloyd. They want to call in the middle. Can y'all hear me? Like, far as when we talk about what's working, like, I think we also have a different definition of building and what we should look for in our 20s versus our 40s. At my age, I'm in my 40s. I'm asking you, probably before we go on the first date, where you work at, sir, so I can have an idea of what you making, okay? The bus drivers here, I am a former bus driver, not a city driver. City drivers make money here in Chicago. I've driven school bus that's on the lower totem pole, but I've driven limousine buses. That's one of the higher. Less work, more pay. I'm for it. I have been approached to go back to working for the summer and make some money hand over the fish. And I'm still kind of like, I might go push that bus. So, but all in all to say blue collar people. And I don't know, with the move of Kevin Samuels and all of these manosphere characters, now all of a sudden all we want is a high value man. That percentages of those men are very low. What do you have to the table? You know, I need a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. But it's like Buffy said, she was like, she had her own bag when she came to the table. When I'm 40 years old, I don't want to build from scratch with no man. I'm tired, okay? I tried that. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I do want you to love me and rub my feet, but you got to at least have a little launching pad so we could compare and contrast and see what we're going to do from here. I'm not starting from here. I might start from here, but you ain't got to be here, but I'm not starting all the way down. And I'm going to be honest about it. But yeah, I think that was everything. And when I said rich men have a tendency to be abusive, I say that because it doesn't mean they're going to go upside your head. But if you don't have what they have, you're going to have to do what they tell you to do. Okay? You're going to have to get up. If they want their meals provided by you, that's what you want to do. If you got to have your legs at 10 and 2, at 12 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if they want you to wear this, that, it comes with a cost.
It really does.
And a responsibility. And you may not like it, but guess what? They're going to tell you to hit the door. So you have to be ready for those responsibilities, whether it be emotional, physical, spiritual, or financial. You know, like Jocelyn say, Stevie, don't send me back to the strip club. I need you, Stevie. He abused her. That's abuse.
It is.
He played with her. You know, you're going to do what I say or else you're going back. So, I mean, that's all. That's my 2 cents for today.
Thank you today, darling. Thank you, niece. As usual, great commentary.
I love it.
All right, so hold on. Some of y'all done got some good stuff in these comments. All right, more in life. She was explaining drive, ambition, goals, work ethic, not just wanting the minimum, just getting by in life. I love it. So you and I were saying the same things. We're saying the same thing. So it's all about being equally yoked in your desires for life, not necessarily in finances. Because you can have ambition as a bus driver. You can have ambition as just same ambition. You can be as ambitious as the CEO of a company. So, you know, it's about one and the same thing. So yes, I get it. No, I wouldn't be able to be with somebody who just wants the minimum and getting by in life either. I get it. Nobody wants to struggle. And I'm not advising y'all to struggle. I'm just advising y'all to not limit yourself to this tiny pool of people based on what society says you're supposed to have, because you have now reached a level financially, culturally, that dictates that you shouldn't date somebody that isn't on the same level financially. DJ Clayton, Bigsby done got me. I love Auntie Buffy, but this topic here is moot. Are there really that many people in life that are clueless? An hour in and Buffy hasn't said anything that shouldn't be common sense. Well, see, the thing, DJ, is that common sense ain't common. It ain't, boo. It's not. If it was, nobody would be on this live right now. And so you're right. And you on my point, people should, already know this stuff, but they don't. And that was why, like, Kevin Samuels was so big and huge. It was horrible in the way he talked to women, but because clearly people don't get it. They don't get it. And for me, money and relationships, money and dating, money and marriage, I'm your girl to talk about that because I've lived it. And, I don't want people getting it twisted thinking because I married a doctor that I can't talk about having married somebody that wasn't at my level economically, because I can. He's at a high economic level, but he wasn't at my economic level. But I didn't care because I was in love and he took care of me. And he's a great person. And my family loves him now. They got to know him. All right, let's look. Nothing wrong with being a regular guy with a pension. Correct. Rich men are not looking for women in their 40s and 50s. These women are delusional. Typically, they're not. Back to the conversation I had with the guy that had dinner with this week, who he probably makes $4 or $5 million a year in his career. He's 47, I think, and he was talking about he wanted a 25-year woman. He wanted a woman in childbearing age. He also wanted a woman he could control. I mean, it's just keep it real. It's just the truth. I will give you the real deal. I know. Oh, equally yoked is biblical. I know. Money can't buy you brains, no matter how hard you try. Hey, get these likes up. I don't see no likes. Get these comments up. This YouTubesy, and a lot of people getting their info from bloggers and social media. Common sense just gone. Correct. And this is you got it right, Miss Mendo. They're getting their advice from people who are not in a relationship. Let me just say that, or who have a bad experience, have bad history with relationships. Why the hell are we listening to people who ain't in a relationship about relationships? Would you listen to somebody about money who is broke and had bad credit? No. So why would you do the same thing about relationships? I mean, that's the point. Why are we listening to folks who have been divorced 3 or 4 times? Why are we listening to folks who ain't a woman telling you what to do with your body and your life? When you know why I know why people listen to Steve Harvey? Because his daughter, because she living a life. I get it. His daughter is who gives him credit. I get it. You have to think twice when you're 25 and he's 45. What he's doing is playing in the kiddie pool. You're right. Yeah, listen, I married a man 8 years older than me. There is something about that. For me, I have daddy issues. So I know why I liked older men. I cop to that. So, I get it. Y'all need to like, subscribe, share, keep up them things, so I can keep doing these. Let's see. When you marry someone, you've got to work on your marriage constantly. Yes, marriage is a job, honey, a full-time job. But there are so many good parts. Like, there is nothing like Friday night, but I'm also 45 years old and not one to go. I'm an introvert. I know y'all like, no, you're not, but I am. I extrovert or maybe I'm an omnivert. I can extrovert myself for business purposes, but I like to be at the house, in the bed, watching me a good scripted television show with my man and my dogs and some popcorn. I don't need to be out in the streets. There's nothing more comfortable and loving than that. You pay all this money for your home, use it. And so, when you're younger, yeah, go out there and experience and let people be a city girl and let somebody be a paymaster and spoil you. And that's fine. But know that that's going to be short-lived. It is. There's usually not a lot there with that. But get your good bags and stock up your jewelry and keep it popping. Okay? Let's see. I hate it when women's preferences are criticized while men's preferences are applauded. I don't applaud men's. I don't feel like in this conversation, and you're probably not talking about me, but I'm just saying that I'm applauding men's preferences. I feel like I'm saying that this is what these men want. So you be realistic if you think that's the type of man you want. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not criticizing women's preferences. Like my whole statement before was, do the full gamut. Be spoiled. Be a city girl for a while. But when you want some real relationship as an auntie, I'm telling you, don't limit yourself to what society tells you you're supposed to have. Because that good old country boy or that bus driver or that truck driver or that unemployed guy who is in college and is building may surprise you. That's all I'm saying. Do you think that people like Viola Davis's husband make as much money as her? No, but they seem sublimely happy. Do you think, I just get out of the whole thinking y'all gotta be financially yoked. You need to be mentally equally yoked, right? Or listen to people who are not in a relationship, a positive relationship. I'm single but love to see others in love, right? Because a lot of times you listen to folks or you putting people in your business with your relationship who ain't in a relationship, don't know what the hell they're talking about, or have a string of bad relationships or in a bad relationship now and are going to project that stuff on your relationship. All day job, but it's it gives and take. Your man should love you more than you love him to do what he's supposed to protect, respect, and collaborate with you. Where the countrymen at in the country? They in the country. That's what they at. They in the country. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. My mama married a country boy. My stepfather, Joseph, country boy. Truck driver. My parents are great. My mom married a man, he's younger than her. He is a truck driver. My mother owns chain of tax practices. And they are sublimely happy. He works with the ground she walks on. She works with the ground he walks on. They're a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And sublimely happy. And my mom didn't care what anybody said about her marrying a younger man or a man who didn't make as much money as her. She didn't care about that. Now he make more than her. He own his truck. Honey. All right, I'm gonna let this person in. Hey, Sammy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. So before I even start, I just want to let you know that you have helped me to crawl before I ball. Okay, just letting you know that.
That makes me so happy.
Okay, so I have a couple of things that I want to touch on. The first thing is social media to me is just a big game of Simon Says, right? One trend, we want to live a soft life. Next trend, we want to be fiercely independent. Next trend, I love dealing with a rich. I'm not even gonna go there, right? But you know what I mean. Like it's like we don't have individuality. Like that's how I feel. And the whole bus driver comment, is it money or social status that we're concerned about? Because I know a lot of bus drivers, my uncle being one, who makes pretty decent money. And you know how social media makes it seems like everybody wants to make six figures, well, until tax season comes around, right? But, but you know what I mean? Like I know a lot of bus drivers or blue collar workers who make six figures. And as someone like myself who was in the corporate world for over 2 decades, and I left that and became a semi truck driver, and I made far more money driving a semi than I made all suited up in my designer suits, stepping into an office, right? So at the end of the day, I'm like, is it the social status or is it the money that we're really concerned about? I feel like it's the social status.
Yeah.
It's not the money. Because when they say bus driver, I mean, come on. I know a lot of people who are blue collar workers who are more fiscally responsible than people who are on Wall Street. They're making the money, but they're also spending it because they don't know how to crawl before they ball. And the blue collar workers are out here hustling, learning how to invest in the stock market, and they're making their money, right? So to me, it's not about the money. It's really just about the status, and I'm gonna leave with that, right? It's not about. It's not about the money.
You won. You hit the nail on the head. I don't know why that escaped me. It is the social status.
It is, right? They care what people think. It's like keeping up with the Joneses.
Yep, it's keeping up. You won. You won, Sammy. You won. That is what it is.
It's good to talk to you. I follow you. I've been following you for years. I just want to let you know I drive a 2010 Toyota Camry, and when I watch you on the internet, I'm like, you know what, Auntie Buffy said.
Keep that car. Keep it okay. And keep it popping. David wouldn't have killed my car. I would still have it.
I'm out here living it. I'm doing it. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, darling. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Too. Yes, honey. Sammy hit that. Sammy hit that. Sammy hit that. It's the social status. It's you don't want to tell your friends you met your husband a truck driver, or your husband is or you don't want to say to your friends that you're dating a blue collar worker. That's sad. Y'all better stop caring what other people think and care about what you think. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, because that's a quick, fast, hurry way to not be happy. I talk about that in my book, Crawl Before You Ball, that she brought up. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that you were living a crawl before you ball lifestyle. When you stop worrying about what everybody else thinks, you find freedom. You find freedom. I think anybody at any economic level can have happiness in this life. And I implore y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all with this because Auntie been on for an hour and it's Saturday and I need to go tend to my husband who picked me. I need to go tend to my man who picked me, and I'm gonna pick him. Okay. But stop limiting your prospects. I'm not telling you to lower your standards. I'm not telling you to just accept whatever. I'm telling you to go out there and be open to what the universe has to offer. because you may be surprised, darlings. You may be surprised. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming on so last minute with TT. Please share, comment, like, and I promise I'll come on more and do more lives. Y'all have a great Saturday. I'm about to go be with my man who picked me. You go be with yours. Bye.
Please crawl before you ball, and then take a little bit of the money and save it. And then before you ball. Because wealth wishes and money jingle jangles and screams. Stuff is for sale.